If you've been hanging around my channel for a while, you've probably noticed these two things. Number one is that I love my mini cast iron skillet. This 6.5-inch cast iron skillet from Amazon has made an appearance in so many of my recipes, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. Number two is that I love baked oats. Baked oats are a staple in my diet. It's one of those recipes that COVID gave us that I'm super happy has stuck around. But I feel like we can all use more baked oats in our lives. They're high in protein, and they're a great breakfast meal that tastes like dessert. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Amanda, aka Fit Food AE, and today we're making 3 high-protein, low-calorie baked oats recipes. So if you're excited to see me make these recipes, please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, as it really helps the channel, and I post new videos every week. And with that, let's get started. So the first recipe we're gonna be making are dark chocolate sea salt caramel baked oats. That's a bit of a mouthful. So this is actually my favorite baked oats recipe. Nothing tops this. There was a period of time where I made this like at least 4 times a week. I think it was either late in the summer or early in the fall. It's amazing. If I had time to make this every single morning, I probably would. It really tastes like you're eating dessert for breakfast, if you like that vibe. I appreciate a savory breakfast sometimes too, but sweet is usually the way that I go on the weekdays. So this recipe has a sweet and salty combo. If you're into that, you will absolutely love this. You'll notice that I use biscoff spread in this recipe. In Canada, you can't buy this in the store as far as I know. I ordered it on Amazon and it's totally worth it. But if you don't have this lying around, of course, you could use peanut butter, I guess. Then it won't be caramelly. So you could use sort of like any caramel type spread that you have. And of course, in all of these recipes, I'm using Pea Science protein powder. So in this recipe, I use the chocolate truffle flavor. This is a whey casein blend. I have tested this recipe with like just whey protein and it works just fine. So you can use whatever you have on hand. But if you want to purchase Pea Science, please use my discount code FIT15. As for the cast iron skillet, so this one is 6.5 inches, as I mentioned before. You can purchase it on Amazon. I actually have a link to it in my Amazon store, so that is linked in the description of this video. Now you need to make sure to spray this with cooking spray before you pour the batter in, otherwise it's going to stick to the batter. So pour 2/3 of the batter into the cast iron skillet, then top with the biscoff spread, and then top with the other 1/3 of the batter. Make sure to use the back of a wet spoon to spread it out. Now, I know some of you are dark chocolate haters, but I top this recipe with dark chocolate chunks. In my opinion, it tastes amazing, but of course you can use milk chocolate if you don't want to be healthy like that. Now this recipe is a bit finicky with the bake time. Honestly, it can take anywhere from like 10 to 15, maybe even more minutes, depending on your oven. So just make sure to check after 10. Also, I know some of you are particular on texture. You guys know this about me. I like my baked oats to be a bit more on like the underbaked, gooey side. But some of you comment on my recipe saying that's raw. So if that's you, feel free to up the bake time. Like, I don't know what your prerogative is. And now we're done and I'm gonna go enjoy this. I will catch you guys for the next recipe. So the next recipe we got are white chocolate raspberry baked oats. So don't get me wrong, I love the first recipe, but this recipe, unlike the last one, gives you a serving of fruit. And we love a serving of fruit in the morning. By the way, here's a pro tip. If you don't have any oat flour on hand, you can actually blend up oats in a blender to get oat flour. Oat flour just has one ingredient, and that's oats. Blend it up. So of course, for all my recipes, I'm using Pea Science. They used to have a white chocolate flavor and I used that in this recipe, but I'm pretty sure they discontinued it, unfortunately. But you can always just use Cake Pop if you don't have any of the white chocolate flavor lying around anymore. And if you're not lucky enough to own Pea Science, of course, you could use any other protein powder you have on hand. So when you're adding the raspberries into batter, I like to chop them up a bit like I did here, just so they're evenly distributed throughout. So we're not adding the white chocolate on top just yet. We're gonna bake this first. And it takes a little bit longer than the first recipe does to bake, so just be patient. So when that's all baked, we're gonna melt white chocolate with coconut oil and then pour it all over. Coconut oil just helps the white chocolate melt better. And I know a lot of you guys are white chocolate haters. Dark chocolate haters and white chocolate haters. I feel like some people only like milk chocolate, but anyway, trust me, try it with this recipe. The combo is amazing. And we are done. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Okay, my microphone is flashing green and red, meaning that it's almost dying. Let's see if we can get through this. So the last recipe on the docket are cinnamon roll baked oats. This recipe requires the most skill to make. JK, it's actually really easy, but I guess it requires like the most steps and it's not like a one bowl recipe, so just thought I'd caution. This recipe reminds me of like getting Cinnabon at the mall, you know, those giant cinnamon rolls with the frosting. They were so good and they smell amazing when you walk by the stall. If your parents didn't let you get Cinnabon for breakfast, then this will be the next best thing. Now for this recipe, I should have used PE Sign's Snickerdoodle, or you could use like any sort of cinnamon type flavor, but I forgot and I ended up using Cake Pop. But when you make it, you should use Snickerdoodle. When you add the cinnamon filling on top of the batter, just use a knife to swirl around like this. No proper way to do this, just do whatever you can. I use Lakanto brown monk fruit for this recipe, so it's like a 0-calorie brown sugar substitute, but of course you could use whatever you have on hand. I do have a discount code for Lakanto though, and that's FIT15. Cream cheese frosting is my absolute favorite. It is so decadent. I could just eat it by the spoonful. You could just use a fork or like a whisk to whisk this together, but I decided to whip out the electric mixer because I was feeling fancy. I kind of messed up on the icing design, as you can see, but it's all good. It's still gonna taste amazing. And now we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed these baked oats recipes, I'm sure you're looking for more. So I'm gonna link a couple other baked oats recipe videos that you should watch next. And please give this a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, as it really helps the channel and I post new videos every week. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.